Hello, students. Today, the topic that I am going to discuss with you is a part of the syllabus of BCA 1 Semester 2 of Punjab University, Chandigarh. And today, we are going to discuss the use of can, could, may, might, should, ought to, must. Before that, we must understand that these are modals. So, to begin with, what is a modal? A modal is an auxiliary verb, also called a helping verb, which is used with the main verbs to express the mode or manner of the actions denoted by the verb. They express ideas such as ability, possibility, probability, permission, advisability, obligation, prediction, or duty. Now, auxiliaries in English are of two types. First is primary auxiliaries, second is modal auxiliaries. So, what is a primary auxiliary? These are those auxiliaries which help to form tenses, negatives, questions, sentences, passive voice, etc. They also act as main verbs. Then there are three primary auxiliaries. These are the forms of be, that is, be, is, am, are, being, was, were, been. The forms of have, has, had, having. The forms of do, does, did, done, doing. The primary auxiliaries change their form according to the person and the number of the subject. So now, a list of modals: will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, must, ought to, dare, need, used to. So students, now I am going to describe the use of modals. So the first one is will. Will is used to express simple future in the sense of prediction. For example, I will write a letter. This denotes simple future. Then you will go to school. This also denotes simple future. It will rain tomorrow means I predict so. I will help my maid. This is also that I predict helping my maid. Then the second use is to express willingness, intention, wish. For example, she will play basketball, which means she is willing to play basketball. Second is who will go to the market, means who is willing to go to the market. The third is I will help my friend. It means this is my intention. So the next use is to express request, invitation, order in yes or no questions with you as a subject. As an example, I can cite, will you have a cup of tea? Meaning, this is an invitation. Will you lend me your bike? This is a request. Will you keep quiet? Means, I order you to keep quiet. The next is, it is used to express general facts. Like, the sun will rise in the east. It means the sun rises in the east. The second is oil will float on water. It means oil floats on water. The third is pigs will eat anything. It means that pigs eat anything. For example, she will sing a song. This denotes simple future. Next is you will go to bazaar. This also denotes simple future. It will rain tomorrow means I predict so. I will help my aunt. That is, I predict helping her. To express willingness, intention, or wish. Example, I will help you, which means this is my intention. Then, to express request, invitation, order in yes or no questions. For example, will you have a cup of tea? Which means this is an invitation. Then, to express general facts, for example, we can say that the sun will rise in the east. This means that the sun rises in the east. The next use is that it expresses probability. For example, I can say the students will be in the canteen now. So this is probably. The next is to express a characteristic habit. For example, she'll sit for hours doing nothing, which means this is her habit. The next use is to express threat, promise, or single impersonal command. For example, I can say all the girls will remain present. So this is an order. The next is to express insistence, determination. So here the stress is laid on will while speaking. For example, she will go to the picture, which means she insists on going. So our next modal is shall. It is used to express simple future in the sense of prediction. For example, I shall meet her. So this denotes simple future. To express suggestion in yes or no questions with we as subject. For example, shall we play cricket? Which means let us play. To know the will of the listener in yes or no questions with I as subject. For example, shall I come tomorrow? Which means do you want me to come? The next is to express willingness, intention, or insistence on the part of the speaker and not on the subject as in the case of will. For example, she shall go, which means I insist on her going. The next is in declarative sentences, if the subject is not I or we, will shall have different meanings. For example, she will go, which denotes simple future. The next modal is would. So it is used to express future in the past as in indirect speech. For example, I told her that she would pass. Second is to express willingness, intention, determination, probability. For example, I would go out on a long journey, which means it is an intention. The third is to express habitual activity. For example, he would take a long walk after meals daily. The fourth is to express a wish. For example, I wish my friend would be here. The next is to express a desire, make a request. For example, I would speak in English. So, the next use is to express an unreal condition. Example, if you had worked hard, you would have passed. The next is to express a preference. For example, I would rather fail than pass through unfair means. Students, the next modal is should. So should is used to express duty, necessity, obligation. For example, you should serve your parents means it's your duty. To express tentative use, which means in case. For example, should you work hard, you can pass the test. It means in case you work hard. The next is to express purpose, suggestion, or condition. The fourth use is empty use. It means here should has practically no meaning at all. The next modal is can. So can is used to express ability. Example, I can write a letter. The next is to express capacity. For example, he can lift this burden. Next is to express permission. Example, you can go home now. So that is a permission. The fourth use is to express possibility. Example, he can be in the canteen. The fifth use is to refer to a characteristic behavior. It means usually in a negative sentence. For example, she can be cunning at any time. The sixth use is empty use with the verbs of sensation. Example, I can see the stars. It means I can see. I see the stars. So the next modal is could. Could is used as a past tense of can. Example, I told her that she would pass. Second use is to express ability, capacity in the past. Example, he could lift the box. That is his capacity. The next modal which we are going to use is ought to. So ought to is used to express a moral social duty. Example, we ought to serve our country. Is also used to express advice. For example, you ought to see a doctor. Third is to express probability, inference. For example, it is 9 o'clock. She ought to be in the office. So students, hopefully you must have understood the use of modals. Thank you very much.